Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. And today I bring you the making of two 5x7 spiderweb glow-in-the-dark shaker cards. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm starting out with some watercolor card and I'm using some of my distress mica stains. I am not sure of the colors. I won't even try to lie to you. I will try to get them and put them in the description box. Otherwise, I would encourage you just pause and see if you can zoom in on the names. But even more than that, I would encourage you just to play. Just play with whatever colors spark your creativity and please your eye. So I have these spiderweb die cuts already cut out. One is out of a black glitter cardstock from Tonic and the other is die cut from a white glitter cardstock, and it is actually from Walmart. Both of them have the glitter somehow embedded into or printed onto the paper. I'm not even sure, but they don't shed any glitter. They're absolutely amazing. So I have those die cut out. They are large. They are 5x7 die cuts. And so my cards are going to be 5x7 like I mentioned. So I want I want the black one to have a lighter background and the white spiderweb to have a dark background. So you can see what I'm kind of going for here on the screen. I wasn't trying to go for a red, white, and blue look. I was trying to go for more of a spooky, scary night sky. I don't know what I ended up getting, but I like the contrast. That's what I know. So every now and then you see me coming in with that paper towel. I'm just trying to blot up some of the excess, because where you see mud and sludge kind of building up, that's how it's going to dry. So I don't like to waste pigment, but I would rather waste a little bit of pigment that's already been sprayed out than allow it to pool and create something ugly that will not please anyone's eye. So as that yellow and green panel is starting to dry, I went ahead and splattered some of the green mica stain just to add some more interest, and then I set them both aside to dry. And here they are. They are just so shimmery and good. And I'm using just a little bit of double-sided tape to create a frame around the frame so that I can adhere some acetate. So simple and easy, just laying down the double-sided tape all the way around and trying to make sure that I have enough of a frame so that I can put some double-sided foam tape when we get there. Now I do run into some flubs once I get there because some of those edges are not wide enough for that double-sided foam tape, but we're not there yet. So you can see that I've laid down my double-sided regular tape and it is larger than my borders, but I trimmed that off. So here I have just added some acetate down and it's stuck to the tape, and I'm trimming off the excess with my guillotine trimmer and trying to make sure that my edges are straight and kind of equal width, if that makes sense. And then here I come with the double-sided foam tape because this is going to create my shaker well. I do have to go in and trim some of it down, and in the end you'll see where I'm kind of replacing some of the tape because it just got too thin. But right now both die cuts are backed with some acetate and they both have double-sided foam tape. And now here's where I'm taking my card bases, and they are 10 inches by 7. I'm scoring them. No, they're 11 inches by 7. I'm scoring them at 5.5. And then you can see that these will fit nicely. I do trim them down a little bit just to make sure, again, that my frame around the spider webs are equidistant. And I always try to remember, the always is the try, to remember to use some of my embossing powder, whether it's this one or the one from This Calls for Confetti, or whomever the embossing powder or the embossing buddy or tool might be by, whoever the manufacturer is. I want to go around those edges because the sides of your double-sided foam tape have some stick. And if you have ever created a shaker card and all of your shaker bits stick to the side of your double-sided foam tape, then maybe you'll understand why I try to go around with my embossing powder buddy whatever you call that stuff. The name is totally evading me right now, but I'm trying to prevent a catastrophe. I'm using a variety of different shaker bits. They're all absolutely beautiful. These are some glow-in-the-dark stars. I also come in with some glow-in-the-dark kind of nuggets, if you will. And these are the nuggets. These are actually from Brutus Monroe, and they are many years old, maybe 10 years old. Everything else in there is from This Calls for Confetti, and everything else is basically clear or iridescent, but it has a shimmer, but it's not taking away from the background, except these black spiders, and they're not taking away from the background, but they're adding to it. Excuse me, I had to have a drink of water. So I have my shaker mixes in both wells, and there on that side you can see where my double-sided foam tape is kind of a mess, and I'll be fixing that here in a second. I'm pulling off all of that release paper. I had to take a peek to see if this was the white one or the black one so that I know which background to use. So there I'm just taking my X-Acto knife, cutting off the double-sided foam tape that was messed up, and then I use my X-Acto knife as a pokey tool to lay that new piece of double-sided foam tape down. And then I lift that release paper as well, and then here is where I add that beautiful, beautiful mica stained background. So let's see what we've got. Make sure everything is sealed nicely. Oh, that's so good. So good, so good. And then I take my long shears and I just snip off all of the excess. Look at that beautiful contrast between the black web and that yellow and green shimmery, glimmery, mica stained background. And then all of the shimmery, glimmery shaker bits inside. So good. And the spiders, so creepy. All right, so I've done the exact same process on this one, double-sided foam tape, lift the release paper, fixed any errors that needed to be fixed, and then I adhered that beautiful shimmery, glimmery background, but this is the one, of course, you can see that has the dark contrast to the white web. And then the shimmery, glimmery shaker bits, cutting off all the excess. And then we have 2 card panels. And now for the white one, the white web, I want to have a black frame all the way around that web so that it stands out from the white card base. So trimming down that cardstock, you can see how that's going to work. Just using my glue, my liquid glue. You can use any liquid glue that you prefer. Going to glue that down, and you can see my edges still aren't perfect. I am very much an imperfect crafter, so would I like it to be better? Yeah, I really would, but I'm also not going to sweat it. My glue has a bit of a clog, so I had to go back over some of those spots. Now I do have most of this sped up times 2, 2.5, maybe even 3 in some spots. But that's basically my first card. So here is the second one. Taking that black spider web shaker panel and adhering it to the white card base. And then off screen I do die cut or use my guillotine trimmer to cut off some of that excess. And now here I'm using some of these Halloween stickers from Tim Holtz just to create a little bit of a creepy story on each card. And then you can see that I have already die cut the creepiest spiders. Now those are from Whimsy and they creep me out so bad. These cards were difficult for me to make because I do not like spiders, and I get the creepy crawlies just looking at this video. So I have sprayed them both in some spray adhesive, and then I'm using this Wow glitter just to glitter them up a little bit to remind myself that they are not real. And then while they finish drying, I'm going ahead and adding the sentiment strips that basically tell those spooky stories, adding that down to the second card. And I add a little bit of glue. Look at those legs. Guys, have you ever seen spider die cuts that look like this? Oh, and because the background is dark, it's kind of hard to see that one. Well, and then the spider web is dark on the other one, so it's kind of hard to see it too. But trust me, you know they're there. Probably using a little bit of excess glue on both of these, but I don't want them to go anywhere. And that spray adhesive really held on to that glitter. I love it. And here they are. I did not do anything on the inside or the back. I could have, but I didn't. But you can see all those beautiful shaker bits. You can see the stars. You can see kind of the nuggets. I don't know what else to call them. But we'll be looking at it in the dark here soon. So bear with me. I love them. So turning out the lights, trying to see if that one light is going to give us what we're looking for. A little bit, but not to the degree that I was hoping for. That one you can see it glowing a little bit better, but hang on. Now look. Oh my gosh. You can see them glowing on the desktop there, top left. But look at them in the shaker cards. Those stars just glow so beautifully. The stars glow better than the glow-in-the-dark nuggets. And as much as I hate spiders, I love these cards. Y'all let me know what you think. Made a lot of Halloween projects this year, and these are just amongst them, and there will be plenty more to come. But let me know what you think about these, and let me know what you think about spiders. Do you have these spider die cuts from Whimsy Stamps? What about the sentiment strips from Tim Holtz? Man, they create the best stories. I love them. I love them. Thanks, guys, for spending this time with me. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And until next time, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, celebrating Halloween all year over here at the Handy Scandy YouTube channel. And until the next time, guys, I'm out.